Hey guys, Jay here, and welcome to another video. I hope you all are having an amazing day today. Today, we're going to talk about a few things, and the biggest thing, I guess the theme of this video would probably be, how are you feeling? And what are you feeling right now? And how do you want to feel? Kind of like along those lines, but you definitely need to change the way you think right now. Have you done it yet? Alright, cool. Catch you later. Just kidding, I'm back. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some bad days, quote unquote. Seemingly, I should say some seemingly bad days. But on this particular day, it was a very rainy, stormy night and a very overcast, rainy day. And it all started out with a flat tire, which was obviously very exciting to find that you have a nice big screw inside of your tire that you have to go get fixed. And unfortunately at that time, I also had an install I had to go and do. And so instead of going and doing that install and making money, I had to give it to my other technician, and then I had to go to the tire shop and get the tire fixed. Now at that point in time, I was checking my feelings, sort of, kind of, and I was like, oh, you know, flat tire, whatever. What was the last time I had a flat tire, you know? Actually, it was not too long before that. So I was already feeling kind of like frustrated a little bit. I was feeling a little frustrated and a little flustered, like, why do I need a flat tire at this time? What's the meaning of this? And so I just kind of went, well, whatever. It's a flat tire. I'll go get it taken care of. Everything will be okay. Shortly after that, we got other installs, but they ended up canceling, like several of them. I'm just like, can this day just get any worse? And lo and behold, it just starts downpouring, and all production for that day pretty much stops. Finally do get an install later that night, but it was absolutely long and frustrating. Everything seemed to go wrong. And it was just a very, very, seemingly very feeling like it was a very annoying day. But mostly it was just about how I was feeling and what my feelings were to the situations that arose. But I didn't really think about this because I really needed to change the way I thought right then, right there. And just be like, it's a flat tire, it's alright. Everything will be okay. Or, it's a flat tire, I'll just go get it fixed, and I'm sure I'll get pretty lucky today. You know, just try to think positive. But I didn't really do that, and I was kind of a little frustrated at myself because I'm seemingly fairly positive, pretty positive. I like to think I'm positive, for the most part. And I just, like, my positivity level went from like a 10 to like a 0 that day. And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that I did that. And then I started to remember some of the things that I've learned. And some of those things were that you become what you think about most of the time. And so if you're thinking to yourself, oh man, can this day seriously get any worse? Man, this is really frustrating. I can't believe I got a flat tire. Oh my gosh, I lost money because of this. This sucks. All you're doing is putting out that vibration, that frequency, that feeling out there that please let more negative, upsetting, frustrating things come and happen to me. And I, for some reason, decided I wanted more of that stuff that day. And I got it, 100%. It just came directly right to me. You, and only you, are responsible for the things that happen in your life. And I'm trying to learn more and more. I haven't really mastered it yet, but I'm really trying really, really hard to understand that everything that happens in my life is because of me, because of my feelings, because of my thoughts, because of my actions, my decisions. These are the things that are coming into my life, and I have brought them in because of the things that I think about, the things that I feel, the decisions that I make. And that's actually a very exciting thing to think about, because if I continue to think and kind of keep this brain into check, I can bring a lot of exciting, a lot of happy, a lot of grateful, a lot of luck into my life. And I have to continue to remember that. If you want things in your life to change, you are going to have to change things in your life. Some of the things that I've been working on, I know you guys, some of you that are following me over on Twitter, over at Twitch, over on YouTube, and Instagram, you guys are following all my posts of the days I go to the gym. I'm currently going to Planet Fitness. These last 2 weeks have actually been really, really good because I've been going pretty consistently 3 to 4 times a week. Last week I hit my first 4 times in a week, and I want to just keep trucking along with that. I have lost, I think, 3 or 4 pounds now in the last couple of weeks, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to keep up with that 2 to 3 pounds a week. And I've always wanted to change the way I feel about my self-image, I guess, is the thing that I really want to work on. And a lot of that is obviously the way that I feel about things, my spirituality, and my mental health and my physical health is one thing I'm trying to work on. And a lot of that physical health will blend into all of those other things as well. And so I've been working really hard at trying my best to work on the things that I consume as far as food is concerned. Now, I personally don't like the word diet. So whenever I talk about food, when I talk about nutritional intake, I'm not going to use diet. I'm going to use different food choices, things along those lines, because I think diet's just I don't like the word diet. And so I'm changing the way that I consume my foods, especially what I consume. And so the last couple of weeks, I talked to my buddy Eddie, because he's a big fitness guy, him and his wife. He also does some Beachbody programs. If you ever want to check them out, please let me know and I'll forward your information to him. But I asked him, I was like, so the biggest thing I want to work on is I obviously want to drop some weight, but not really weight per se, but I want to drop the fat. And I also want to burn that fat off of my belly. Like, what do I do? Do I eat different foods? Do I do certain exercises? And his big thing was just like, Jay, you really need to work on how you eat, what you eat, and all that good stuff. And so I was like, okay, so what do I need to do? He said, the big thing is drop the carbs, no carbs. And so I've changed my food like pretty much instantly. So I've been doing this for about a week and a half, I believe now. And so basically, I kind of have a load day, 2 days. Actually, I have 2 load days, and then I have 5, I guess what the word is. I have 5 days of just basically no carbs. So basically, Saturdays and Sundays are my load days. So those days I can consume a lot more fats, can consume a lot more carbohydrates, breads, tortillas, things like that. Totally cool with that. And then Monday through Friday, those are the days I'm actually going to be 100% on vegetables, meats, and right now I'm consuming eggs in the morning for breakfast. So I do like a egg and vegetable stir fry. I usually do onions and peppers and mushrooms in my eggs. I sometimes put some cheese on it. I'm trying to do a lot less of that during the week, moving my fats more over to the weekends. And it seems to be working out pretty well so far. I have been seeing a lot more change in my body over the past week and a half. Namely dropping, almost 3.5 pounds. Was it 3.5 pounds or was it 2.5 pounds? I think it was like 3.4 pounds, something along those lines, in a week and a half, which is awesome, spectacular. That's what I'm looking for. I'm noticing my shorts are starting to feel a little looser. And when I put my tool belt on, when I start to go do installs, I'm noticing that tool belt's feeling a little bit loose, which is awesome. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I want to start transforming my body into something that when I go and use it, when I go exercise, when I go climbing, when I go camping, when I do my work, like, I don't want to feel like my body's falling apart. And so my workouts have been just very, very, very simple. I actually do 2 sets of cardio, and I'm not really doing like a really hard run or sprinting or anything like that. I'm actually just a brisk walk. I think on the treadmill I do like a 3 or a 3.2, so nice brisk walk, for me. And I do that on a higher elevation between like a 5 and a 7. My first one I do usually like almost a mile, and then my second one I do about half of that. So those are like my 2 different sets. So I do that first one, and then after that I go and do some other exercises. I go do like bicycle crunches, I go do leg lifts, I'll go do arms one day, I'll do chest one day, do back, whatever. And then I'll go and do that second cardio. And it seems to be working really well for me. I'd like to get it to the point where I can actually do kind of like a jog. That's actually my next goal, just because I know that if I can really work my body, start getting that sweat on, I'm going to start dropping the weight even faster and start leaning out a lot more. And that's really what I'm looking for. I'm not necessarily so concerned about the weight portion, because I know that my body will proportion it, where everything's supposed to go as time goes on. So everything's going really, really well in that aspect. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to see my body transform over the next couple of months. So stay tuned for that. Use your feelings as an indicator of where you want to be and where you are going. How are you feeling? So my personal feelings have been a lot better these last couple of days. I had a couple of moments this week where I was just like, oh my gosh, can we please just get over this, feeling of frustration, this feeling of inadequacy, this feeling of, I can't, even describe sometimes what my feelings are, but it's definitely feelings that I don't want to feel. And so I just got to keep that in mind, go, okay, where are my feelings at today? Okay, how do I feel? Okay, well, I feel frustrated. Okay, well, I should probably stop feeling frustrated and start feeling like the day's going to go great, because at the end of the day, probably my favorite phrase is everything's going to work out just fine. Because it does. It doesn't really matter what happens in my life. I know everything's going to work out for the benefit of me, my family, my wife, my friends. Everything's going to work out just fine. And I know it will. I just know it. I just know it will. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video. If you have any comments, feedback you want to leave below, I'd really would appreciate it. Always helps me out a ton. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.